Do This On Season 7, Episode 1, where we
Woo!
watch Buckhead Shore and has that dog in the hot tub. I'm Chris Lorenz.
Listening to this podcast is like eating a chocolate chip cookie without the chocolate chips. This is Brian.
Noah.
Is it really stirring the pot or is it genius? This is Noah Singer.
If this is your first time listening, we watch a different reality show each week and figure out if it's good or bad, discussing it in minute detail. And after we watch about 50 of them, we have a season finale, which is what we did last week. We'll go listen to that. Start a new season now. Brian, what show did we watch this week?
This week, we watched Buckhead Shore on MTV. Longtime friends from Buckhead, Atlanta kick off their annual lake trip. Sparks fly when Parker invites both his girlfriend and his ex to party with the crew. And while best friends Bethania and DJ, fresh off a hookup, take it to the next level. That's Buckhead Shore.
Wow.
I love that you call yourself with Bethania.
Yeah, I needed to fix that.
I just want to be clear to the people listening. The show is garbage.
So
But you knew that going into it.
I don't know. I mean, like, I like Floribama Shore. I like
Oh.
Jersey Shore. I like the Jersey Shore family vacation. They're bringing the shore name out. I'm expecting, something, and not this.
So the thing about this is we were also very upset by all the ads that we saw. So you can't get the show on Paramount Plus. So you need to have like a cable subscription or something else. And then you have to listen through all these ads that happen like every 5 minutes. We saw like a little screen clip of the show after a commercial, and then they went right into another segment of commercials.
All right, Brian, calm down.
No,
It was bad. I get you.
no, fuck Comcast.
I get you. I get you. The ads are bad. Sour this experience a bit. But some people have cable and watch with ads all the time. So if you do that, that's by all of you.
Yeah.
So like we usually don't watch them like that.
This
This
is
is unusual.
There is a lot of shore shows though. It's MTV Shore series. We got Jersey Shore, Floribama Shore, Geordie Shore, Acapulco Shore.
But those aren't U.S. domestic shores. Those are all
No.
international shores.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Geordie. I'm assuming was that British? Yeah, British.
So my big gripe with the show right off the front, before we even get into any minutia, is that this isn't a shore show. This is just like Siesta Key show where it's like a bunch of friends hanging out. And
What's
it's
the
like,
difference?
so Jersey Shore was and Floribama Shore, they just took people and put them in the house and then like filmed them. Like they had to work, they had to go out and drink. And like, there's just like people doing regular things in there, like that people do in their 20s. They don't know each other. They're making friends. They're going out. They're getting drunk. They're causing problems. All shenanigans that I'm all in. I'm down for. But I don't give a fuck about a group of 8 people and like this dude that keeps like cheating on his girlfriend. He's a garbage person. And like, I have no desire to have any commiserate with this guy at all. And he's the head of this fucking show. This is like the worst casting I've ever seen.
Kids love the drama, dude.
No, they don't. The show's so bad.
How can you say that when you know every reality show is just showcasing the drama? And those
this is terrible drama.
It is. It doesn't matter.
This is so bad. They're just sitting in a fucking house. I don't
drink a lot of alcohol.
I know, but like they're just sitting in the shore. They're just sitting in a house.
Yeah,
that's this whole show.
At least they can compete in the challenge.
Just so.
Yeah, I actually didn't realize. Like, I remember now the Jersey Shore. They're like the t-shirt shop they had to work in. That was cool. I didn't realize that on Floribama Shore. So I definitely agree. Like, this departs from that formula, and it's not as interesting.
I really relate to like some of these other shows where they're like working. Like, there's Vanderpump Rules and the Below Deck kind of stuff where like, but they're not doing anything. They're just hanging out in a house, and it's just like all this like relationship drama is all about like so deep in this relationship drama in the first episode, and I do not care. They're not doing anything fun. This was terrible.
Yeah, like the way on my notes, I'm like, I didn't realize this was like not the short script, but like in the reality script, just like this feels like the same fucking show. It's overly emotional 22-year-olds in like an incredible house, and it's like you have zero empathy for them. It's like you have everything around you. This is like perfect, and yet you're making this drama. You're causing shit.
Yeah, I mean, these are rich fucks in this house,
Yeah.
and like I can't, I just don't like any of them. Not a single one.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, but MTV is all about that content, so it's
Yeah.
they're showcasing these people.
I
Mhm.
mean, oh yeah, I just can't. So this
I
is the
think.
same
Well,
producer as Jersey Shore and Florida Shore and the Family Vacation. Same producer. So like, I mean, that's like her peak of the peak, right? Her shows. So
Yeah,
like, she's obviously not
Mhm.
making like bangers all the time. But this, what a miss.
yeah. To start, they started an empire. It's fine. Maybe some of them will go do the challenge, get busted up, and then leave.
Yep. I will say,
The Jersey Shore.
Bethania does not seem like a terrible person.
Oh,
The
well,
rest of them seem, I mean, not terrible, but it's just like I have no empathy for them.
we'll get to. I think we'll go person by person in a second, but and it before the Jersey Shore folks have all tweeted that how dare they besmirch the Shore name with the show.
Yes,
I don't think
Wow.
they didn't use the word besmirch, but I love the word besmirch, so I'm throwing it in there.
Good work.
I really want to see the situation. Say besmirch.
Brian, you gotta sneak that in the description.
All right.
So let's talk about the show. So they're going to Buckhead Shore, which is in Georgia,
No.
it's actually Lake Burton.
Yeah.
It's
So,
quote unquote the Beverly Hills of the South.
no, Buckhead is.
Yeah, Buckhead.
So, yeah, Buckhead's a suburb of Atlanta. It's all land based. There's no lake. Right? Then Lake Burton's 2 hours away from Buckhead.
Oh.
Yeah. So I had a beef. Like, they call this Buckhead Shore. It's like,
Like they're anticipating a season 2, and I
Yeah.
like that enthusiasm. I hope it doesn't become a reality.
I mean, we can ignore it. It doesn't really matter to us. Anyway, let's talk about Parker, the asshole of the show.
Yeah.
His dad owns a chicken chain in the South called
Zaxby's.
Zaxby's.
Yeah. They're
Pretty
pretty
good.
big. Like, I looked it up. They have almost 1,000 locations. Like, it's not tiny.
No, yeah, this dude's hella rich, for sure.
And Brian, you had it?
Mm-mm.
Mm.
I knew about it though. I've heard like good things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
I
fried
don't
chicken.
take this out on Zaxby. Like,
No.
I'm not
No.
saying anything about that chicken.
I am going to take it on the
No.
dad for not showing Parker how to properly cook chicken.
Terrible.
Yeah. And then some things that happen. I don't know if we want to go over minutia about this guy. I don't know.
He's a country boy at heart, city boy in the pants.
Yep, he is.
He tried to cook chicken at some point in this episode, and he did not know how to cook any chicken.
Overseasoned, dried it out. Was like preparing it in the fucking packaging from the store, which like
Not a good idea.
No, like that.
Get the chicken juices all over it again. Not a great idea. But I think the key thing here's my trick for you. If you're watching this and you know the chicken, you watch this guy do chicken. If you get the chicken from the store, cut it in half, and it's infinitely easier to cook. It goes by way quicker. It doesn't get dry because you don't have to cook it for so long because the middle takes forever. So if you cut it in half, it won't take as long, and it's way easier to get like a good moist cut of chicken.
Who put this on the grill?
Yeah,
The chef Chris Lorenz.
Yeah. Cut that chicken
Sometimes I have some good instincts.
But
So
it is
that's
bad that like chicken boy can't cook a chicken.
He's party boy. He's
Yeah,
party.
but I
Anyone
mean,
know? No, how old is that guy? Do you know how old that guy was?
No, I'll look it up. I will say though, I do like that the guy that owns the chain of chicken restaurants has a chicken chain. I do like that. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only reason why he has the chain though, is to showcase that he wanted that pun and he got it.
Yeah, he's gonna be on this reality show, dude.
That's probably it. They're getting some Zaxby's money.
Yeah.
Good TV.
Parker's 28 years old.
Okay, he's
Ooh.
probably. I don't know if he gets it that past. I don't know knowing how to cook chicken.
No,
I like like those websites where it's like this person they have net worth of this amount. This one website says Parker Littman, reality TV star, is thought to have a net worth of over $100,000.
Thought to have.
I'm like, oh, bold statement, website. Good job.
He has 43,000 followers on Instagram.
Not bad.
So let's talk about his relationship, since it is the only reason the show I think probably exists. So
No, I have a conspiracy.
okay, well we'll get into that later. Let's get into that later. Let's talk about
Okay.
Katie. That's Parker's ex. She said if it's not toxic, I don't want it. That seems to be her MO. And apparently Parker and her probably cheated on each other back and forth. Him cheating on her, then she cheated on him, and blah, no one gives a fuck. Very toxic relationship, the worst kind of relationships, probably.
Did she cheat on him also?
I don't know, Noah. I don't have their diaries. I don't know what they're doing.
They threw Parker's Rolex in the lake.
Yeah, we do know that.
That
Um,
also why I can't really feel bad for them.
And then Brian wanted me to write this quote down, but the quote was from me, and it was, she couldn't show an emotion if she wanted to.
Yeah, she is Botox
She has
to hell.
like the most Botox of any person I think I've ever seen. Like, she couldn't lift her eyebrows, like,
No.
at all. And that's not even it. The whole face was just rigid. She was angry and sad. She was angry at this whole girlfriend part, and you couldn't tell because her expression barely changed.
I noticed that with Savannah a lot too. When she was on the phone, it's just like I can't see any emotions.
Parker has a type.
Yeah, I was thinking the same exact thing.
So Savannah is the girlfriend, which isn't at the shore because he cheated on her with Katie like the week before. Like, what is this fucking garbage, dude? This is garbage town.
Yeah, I initially thought that they couldn't have like really cheated. I think that like there's maybe some producer fuckery going on here, but it's still
like, if you were Savannah, there'd be no way you'd go to this cabin.
Right.
Like, I don't think there's like, your emotional fortitude would be destroyed. You're with your boyfriend that cheated on you with a girl that's at the cabin in the same place. Like, it's just like this relationship should be over, move on with your life. And like,
they also haven't really ended it. So is it like, I think that like if they actually cheated, it would be over. It would have blown up.
I don't know. I can only go by based on what they said, dude. I can't. Parker keeps calling her the girlfriend, but like, she's like, well, this whole thing on Saturdays, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, they like tease it a little bit. Then we find out what happened on Saturday was like, what's her name? Katie texted the both of them saying that he was with me all Saturday night. And like, you have to assume that they cheated. It's just like, I think
it's not. Like, you're meant to assume they cheated. I think they didn't cheat.
Okay. I mean, you can continue watching and find out for us.
I'm absolutely not going to do that. Actually, maybe I would in my place, only because I will block the hell out of those ads.
Savannah also, I mean, she's in the show, but she's kind of just on the phone, and her car breaks down, and Parker's like, I'll send an Uber, and like that Uber cost would be pretty high. Probably buy like a shit ass car for the cost of that Uber.
I think the helicopter ride probably would have been cheaper if it was possible. I know it's not possible in that area, but it would have been cheaper.
Georgia? You don't think there are helicopters in Georgia?
No, like the helicopter service for Uber.
Yeah, I mean the helicopter service isn't.
Yeah.
But if you think you had chicken money, you could afford to hire a helicopter.
Yeah, that's true. Get the Zaxby's helicopter.
Like, it's got to be cheaper for him to be like, hey, let me hire a driver for like 4-hour drive than an Uber.
Yeah. There's also I was surprised that Savannah was surprised that she's like, oh, Parker's getting me an Uber. I'd be like, what do you mean Parker's getting an Uber? The guy's
Usually-
loaded. Like,
Yeah, well,
easy.
It doesn't
Also-
mean anything to him.
Yeah.
Also, just rent a car.
Yeah, but then it's got to
Yeah.
be back
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I guess like if they're staying there for months, that's no deal.
months. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about fucking across. We're moving on. No one cares. I certainly don't care.
It's the most interesting part of the show, Chris.
All right, let's talk about the other relationship in the show. So we got DJ. His dad is a Grammy-winning producer, and he hooked up with Bethania earlier in the show,
Yeah.
before the show started.
Yeah.
And as Brian said in the show description, we're wondering if they're going to take their relationship to the next level, as I quoted that you can't see.
We heard your quotes.
We also know he's packing.
That's true. They did say that.
The fact that they just talk like so much about this stuff is just wild.
You know, girl talk in the car. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of car talk.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
cars.
Which ain't bad. It's okay.
We don't really know a whole lot about this dude. He wasn't really in the episode all that much. He did do a body shot off of Chelsea, I think,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and gave her a kiss. And Bethania was upset. Blah 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 blah
Understandable.
blah. And he said he got a half chub after that. He's really
Mhm.
set expectations there. And so that's all I got about DJ. Anyone have anything about Bethania? Bethania is Parker's friend.
Yeah, I think she's the one person in the show that I'm like, oh, not terrible.
Yeah.
Everyone else kind of has like, I don't think you're really rooting for them, but
Well, what's wrong
rooting
with
for her.
what DJ do?
He just has. He seems to be too much in like the Parker gang. If you're in the Parker gang, like,
Also,
I mean,
don't know.
everyone here is in the Parker gang. Let's be clear.
I guess.
also
so.
don't really know much about Savannah, so she could have been good or bad.
I don't know. She didn't come off well.
She wasn't really on the show. Like, what do you mean?
She's
Her
dating
car broke
Parker.
down. She was trying to go there.
She
She's
is dating Parker.
Yeah.
Guilty by association.
Yeah, like, not really.
Yeah, but then you're at the baseline of like everybody else here. Like,
Yeah, we are. That's
yeah,
what
so
we're
like,
saying.
so why would? So Bethania is just.
I didn't say anything about Bethania being good.
I
You guys
No,
said
said like
I did. No, because like Bethania, like they like show her their parents and like they live in an apartment and like all these other people seems like they have Rolls Royces and like Rolexes. So I'm like, all right,
so you're saying if you're poor, you're automatically a good person.
not poor and but just more to like root for her rather than these other people. I'm like, it goes back to the premise. Like I don't find it enjoyable when it's like people live in this like amazing house, get everything for free, and it's like all the drama in the world. It's like I don't care for you.
Yeah, I mean you're not wrong.
Like I don't like watching people on vacation. I want to be on vacation.
that's self-interest.
I mean, I like to do the thing with this show. You're right. This is just drama filled vacation. You wouldn't want this vacation, so you don't want to watch it. But if like people are partying and having fun and like I don't know, I don't mind watching that. I think that's there's a lot of memories associated with partying and have fun. You can like commiserate and be there. I don't know. I like watching some people have fun, like get drunk, go to a bar and have fun like that. I think that was fun.
If they're
But obviously not something I want to do all the time.
Although I think it'd be super fun to be on this show. I think it'd be great.
Absolutely.
I would hate being on the show.
I mean, I'd just be hanging out in the pool the hot tub all day, drinking, and then avoiding all the drama.
The problem
Yeah.
is you can't do that
Why not?
Yeah.
because you're on the show. You got to make the show good. You got to make the stuff. You got to do stuff. You can't just sit and fucking read a book.
Sure.
There are no books. You better be in that kitchen doing shots.
If
And then
you're
don't
there
worry,
and
I'll
you're
be
drinking,
puking and playing it that's what you got to be doing.
the
Don't worry,
drama
I'll
will
play with
happen.
Babe.
Yeah, Babe was good.
It's true. It's just Babe and Brian, the love story.
So we went on the subreddit for this show, and one of the pop posts was like, "Babe is the star of the show. Changed my mind."
So if you're not aware, Babe is the golden retriever that sometimes pops in and like they have a confessional for Babe, and he barks at the camera, and like they have some subtitles that were. This is the highlight of the whole show, 100%. So on that note, we could talk about Chelsea. So everyone goes in the hot tub, but then Parker doesn't want to be in the hot tub with Katie, so he like throws the dog in the hot tub, and then Chelsea claims the dog gave her a UTI, and then the dog comes in his confessional is like, dogs can't give you a UTI or something.
Yeah.
There was also a whole segment from Juju about UTIs and how he doesn't know what the hell they are.
Yeah, well, we didn't talk about Juju.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. Yeah, I got notes on that.
So Chelsea has a UT, as they call it on the show.
The UT.
You know, and she's peeing every 20 seconds, according to her. I doubt she got it from this hot tub, but you can't get a UTI in a hot tub.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Changes the pH of the whole thing, and like you just like it can happen. I just don't think it happens in like 12 hours.
No, that was coming.
It was coming on pretty quick, according to our like viewing of the situation. Seemed like there was one day, but
yeah,
whatever. She also like got up, and Juju, she slept outside for some reason, and somebody brought her a shot of vodka out in the middle of the morning, and she was like, he was giving her a chaser, and she was like, I don't need no chaser. I'm not drinking sugary stuff. I'm going organic.
Yeah. It makes no sense.
I thought that was such a ludicrous thing to say.
Yeah, no sense.
Why do you care? Like vodka? I mean, I guess vodka. All right, whatever.
Well, she did complain because she wanted gin or something.
She wanted tequila, and that's like even worse.
Yeah, I mean, she took that vodka like a champ, though.
Yeah.
Of course, it's just like water.
I mean, how Botox was she at? What was her Botox level?
6.
Because the other people wouldn't be able to make a face. So,
that's fair.
All right, so we talked about Juju. So let's get into it. Juju's dad owns a strip club called Magic City, and he's the CEO of PA, the Players Academy. And this dude is a real douche. He's hitting on all the women all the time. There's 4 of them. Like, he knows if he's gonna hook up with, if he has a chance with any of them, and he doesn't. And I
mean, with the alcohol, those chances go up a bit.
It's true.
He will hook up with someone before the show's over.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you, but they're like not going out. Like, this show filmed last summer, just like, it's just no good. You got to go out to clubs and bars and like interact with the public and like have shit go down. Like, you're just like, this is like that other Netflix show where they had to, couples like broke up and dated within those couples. It was just so weird. Especially as they have like all these they like all know each other. So like they all know if they're going to hook up with you, like who's hooked up with who. And like, it's just not interesting to have this guy hit on all these people that he knows. Like, it's just silly.
Juju.
Dummy.
And then the last person in the show is Adama, Chelsea's BFF. He's a male stripper, and he wants to see them tatas. That's what I wrote down.
Which is funny because he's gay.
Yeah, he seemed a little gay to me, but then he said that.
No,
he doesn't seem all that gay.
Well, no, in the beginning of the season, did you guys not get that? Like this season on, and part of the story arc is Adamo coming out to his parents.
Oh. No. We stopped paying attention to that a little bit because that's another thing that
we hate. I can't stand it this season on before the show starts.
It's not good, but
I can't remember a single thing that happens when they do that. Like, I don't know who these people are. I can't associate random scenes with random people, like, before I know the random people.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's just a complete failure of reality show producing, but that's just me.
No,
you got something out of it, I guess. It wasn't on the end next time on. So
No, it's the beginning. It was
yeah.
it was terrible.
Um.
But I found that funny. He wanted to see the tatas, and yeah, I'm like, yeah, he's got jokes.
Do you guys wanted to talk about the UT? Who's the
Beauty,
UT guy?
beauty,
Juju had a lot
Juju.
of moments with not understanding stuff, like the word platonic, and just like, oh, I thought, did he say that he wanted something platonic?
No. He was hitting all the women,
Yeah,
and the producers were like, "Are you interested in like these women like in a platonic relationship?" And he didn't know what platonic meant. So then he was like, "No, I don't want platonic. I want sex."
he's just gonna try to bang everybody. That's
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
like,
mean,
come on, dude.
he's the CEO of Pod, dude.
Yeah.
If they were to remake that game reality show, he'd be the star.
Oh, you talking about like the one with that
The mystery guy.
mystery? Yeah,
Mister, yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely
That's a
his
great
thing.
pod. If you want, that's a great show and a great pod. Go watch that.
Yeah.
This guy would fit right in.
mystery
agree.
would clap him from heaven.
I
The
mean,
one thing they what's
I
up?
was like just gonna say it was pretty big back in the day. This book called The Game about
Right.
like this guy in this hookup culture and like teaching people how to be assholes, trying to hook up with women. And this guy seems to take from that same playbook. That's
Definitely seems to. Yeah, the one thing that I didn't like that they did for Juju is that clearly they taped that Yudi segment with him like in the middle of the night when he was wasted. You could see like compared to the other times he's on the show, he's really drunk. And it's like they're putting him in this position to say some stupid shit, which he does, but like, I mean, they really tried to tee him up to fail.
That's fair. I think that it would have been better like to get those confessionals outside.
All wrong. All wrong. What else does this show fucking have? All of these people saying ludicrous things in these confessionals. That's it. That's his whole show. Nothing fucking happens. You don't even get to see them get wasted. They like have a montage of them playing like drinking games. Nothing happens.
Yeah, absolutely nothing happened. This
Well,
show,
they build the base, right? Like they.
Yeah, I mean, we can't say nothing happens. Like they had to intro 8 people on the show, so
Mhm.
like, sure, like it's really hot. Like I think they did a good job. What I love about this show is they did a good job introducing 8 people. I think that's a
They
good.
did.
I think they did a good job there. A lot of
Yeah.
shows we've seen they introduce people very poorly, and I think they did a good job on this show.
Yeah.
There's also something in the internet corner that we read is there were supposed to be
Hmm.
9 people on the show, and
Oh.
one of them named Dan. And the subreddit did not explain exactly why this guy's not on it, other than like somebody died and he couldn't be on the show because this person died, and I don't think it
Oh
was him.
shit.
jeez, okay.
I don't know.
I mean,
Dark.
Yeah, I don't know if he shows up later in the show and he's just cut out of the intro scene or something. Like in the intro scene, might have had his girlfriend or something that's dead. I don't know. It's really unclear exactly what's going on.
yeah.
Man.
I say we just ignore it. Like, there's already enough people.
It's the internet corner. That's what we're talking about. I mean, I don't have anything else to talk about.
No, we should go to questions.
Okay, we already talked about who the worst human being was, and I think we all are clear it's Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk
Although-
about Katie a lot. I have one thing about Katie that I really need to get out.
Okay.
So, do you guys know Janice the Muppet?
No.
No.
Wait, what is it? That sounds familiar.
So there's a Muppet named Janice, and Katie looks a lot like her. Like, she looks like this Muppet.
Paint us a picture, Noah. Paint the word picture here.
So she's like these wide eyes, blonde.
Oh my
hair,
god.
that's like far apart.
Yeah.
It's like she looks like Janice the Muppet in real as a human.
Yeah, but that puppet probably emotes better than Katie does.
I think so. Janice has a lot of emotions. yeah, I feel like that's not talked enough on the show, if at all. How she's Janice the Muppet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, no one watches Sesame Street now, so
No, it
Yeah,
does apparently.
I mean Janice. Yeah. We didn't talk about Chelsea not wanting to be in the hot tub or anyone with Babe. Who wouldn't want to be in a hot tub with Babe? That seems amazing.
I think that's definitely not a good idea to have a dog in a hot tub.
I agree.
But
But like, you could take the dog out of the hot tub, then go back in. Like it's.
I think it'd be so fun. A big golden retriever who likes the hot tub. That seems great.
Yeah, but you got a UT, dude.
I mean, not necessarily. I think that correlation's unclear.
I mean, the hot tub and a UT are correlated. The hot tub and the dog, unclear. The dog isn't changing the pH of that water at all. And like the chlorine should probably take care of any of the bacteria the dog's bringing in there, but I don't know. That's the only thing that really happened in this whole episode.
Babe,
Was this
what a
one
champ.
person getting a UT?
And they got
Can't say
they got to the cabin. Somebody got a UT.
End
Babe crushed in life.
episode. End of episode. Or somebody, one's girlfriend couldn't make it because her car, like she did want to, or her car was broken down. Very unclear which one was correct.
I have a drinking game now.
All right, so we already went over worst human being. Does anyone want to vote for Juju as worst human being? Because he seemed like
Juju is close.
He'd be a contender, and like he'd be the one in like 90% of reality shows.
I think the top three are
Parker,
Katie, and Juju.
But I think it's Parker. Yeah, it's just Parker.
I don't think it's Parker, honestly. I think,
but Parker is the one that hooked up with Katie for Katie to send that message.
I think Katie just sent that message. I don't.
No. Now
I mean,
you gotta watch, and
no, I don't.
You gotta.
No, I don't.
All right, let's move on. What do you think the production schedule this was? Clearly, last summer.
Yep.
That's what this one website told me, so that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna assume probably maybe 3 to 4 weeks. This cabin. You think?
That makes sense. Just like running for a month, done.
At most.
I mean, realistically, I'd say 2 weeks, but they spent a whole day on this episode. Like,
yeah,
they're not. They wasn't really dragging it too much. And they're not doing anything. So, like, I'm assuming they're gonna have to let it go and let some drama build up. I have to imagine. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's going to be quicker because they're drinking so much and they have nothing else to do. So to say, like, how long could you get like people that are actually like energized enough to just be drinking and be good enough for TV? Like,
okay,
you can't go.
Let me hit with an idea.
Hit me.
Everyone here has seen the show Alone.
Mm-hmm.
They stick 10 contestants in the wilderness, and they have to like see who lasts the longest. Mm-hmm. What if they like took these like 8 people that aren't alcoholics, put them in a house, and they had to drink, I don't know, like a case a day until they couldn't drink that case. Last one there wins.
Oh my God, Chris, that your liver would absolutely be destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm creating alcoholics here for sure.
Good thing you weren't in a fraternity, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, I'm maybe some fraternities already did that. I don't know. Yeah. Would this show be better as a Quibi or TikTok?
Yes, I could cut out all the bullshit of this show.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Because I mean, you're right, because the show is so bad that less of it makes it better. But that doesn't make the show like good.
No, but it's going to make it better because it'll be like, okay, I watched one about the stupid car incident. Cool, I'm done with this.
It's true. If you split this up into like, I don't know, like 7 TikToks, that might be better.
I think the 7 TikToks is the way to go.
I have a deep cut I got to mention before we like go to some more questions.
Okay.
I went through Parker's Instagram. I went through a lot of their Instagrams, but there's one photo of Parker which is just incredible. So it's from last year. October 2021. Got to set the scene. He's on a private jet. It's him and Pat, and you see there's like taking a photo, together in his private jet. They have like a nice antipasta board. The next to that is a shrimp cocktail plate that basically came from like Safeway on a private jet. Like,
Send me
come on.
that. Send it, and we'll put it as our picture. So look in your podcast. You'll see the photo. Although we might have to Photoshop in the Botox girl just so you can see that too. Like,
And Janice. And
Yeah, definitely get the Muppet.
okay. I'll put multiple pictures, I think, in the show description for you to look at. Maybe it'll be a link to this Instagram photo and then all the other things at once. So you can kind of see what's going on. You don't have to paint such a word picture. So here's the most important question that I think the show is really perfect for. Who's going to hook up next?
Ooh, yeah, you're right.
I think that like we added this pretty much for these style shows, I think. And my vote is for Parker and Katie. They hook
Yeah.
it up.
As next?
Yeah.
I mean, throw your scenario out there.
Dude couldn't
Yeah.
even give her a fucking hug.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't-
DJ and Bethania is, I think it got the
right.
choice.
Yeah. When you say hook up, define that. What are we talking about?
Who has
PV.
sex?
P and V. Okay. P and V.
Or PIH.
P
I guess I was like, there's plenty of ways, but you get my gist.
H. So I'm gonna go with Parker and Savannah. I think if we go next, the soonest, Savannah gets to the house, and they consummate the relationship.
They consummate the relationship. All right, there you go. That's who we think is gonna hook up next. Let's do some drinking rules. And Brian said he had one, so let's pull Brian in here.
Drink every time you say I don't care.
I mean, you gotta do the classic. Anytime anyone drinks, you drink.
Yeah, you're gonna get absolutely annihilated.
Yeah,
No.
but I think in this show, because they do a good job of showing the brands,
Yeah,
drink whatever they're drinking in the show.
It's definitely sponsored by White Claw and Bud Light. Like they showed a shot of the fridge, and you could see the White Claw and the Bud Light, and everything else was blurred out.
Yeah.
And they were playing beer pong with the White Claw and clear cups, so you could tell that they were drinking White Claw.
Yeah,
White Claw
they had Tito's vodka, and then it's funny. One guy in the first time you saw him drinking, they had Kirkland brand hard seltzer, lime flavored. I was very impressed.
Oh, what?
Oh.
Yeah.
So when you're watching the show, make sure you get a White Claw, a Bud Light, and some Tito's vodka. So anytime they're drinking one of those, you drink.
And one Kirkland hard seltzer.
Yeah, I don't know how much Kirkland they're going to be drinking. He brought that from before.
Could be.
Side note: if you want to learn about me, I'm a seltzer. I love seltzers. I'm a Seltzpert, as a TikTok is really stole that from TikTok. So White Claw, love it. It's good.
You need the shirt and the degree on the wall.
Yeah.
In the background.
Seltzpert. Are you going to join like a society?
No, I'm it's like an expert, but Seltzpert.
It could be a society though.
Yeah.
Is there going to be like a sommelier society for seltzers?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking of.
This seltzer pairs really well with your steak, and this one pairs well with fish.
You know what's sad? I'm on seltzpert.com, which is like a Shopify site for seltzer gear. You would think they'd have stuff for seltzers. No, it's just t-shirts, and they have tumblers and water bottles, but nothing that is seltzer based. Like, they missed the mark.
All right, you should email them, see if we can buy that from them. I think that's you'd start a brand here.
Seltzpert. Lauren Powell. We'll all
right, I think this one is probably going to be hard. What do you love about the show? Brian,
that's easy.
What do you love about this show?
I won't steal no's because I know exactly what it is.
Yeah,
but you know what I love? That these people are just like having fun. You get to see a little bit of fun, and just enjoy it with them. That's good enough sometimes to just like go watch people enjoying life.
Noah, what do you love about the show?
Obviously, you got Babe. Like, come on, Babe. Um,
Oh, Babe.
that's
I really
right.
thought you were gonna say, I love the show's over.
No,
When you
no,
said it was obvious.
That's what Max would
no.
say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
definitely
definitely
Max.
Max one. Although, I mean, I think if we've had Zaxby's before, I'm sure it's very good. Like, I'm sure we'd be like, oh, Zaxby's, because it's fried chicken. Who doesn't like that?
I can just imagine TJ Lavin like saying that if you win this challenge, then you get a meal sponsored by Zaxby's.
Man, I had a really good thing about what I love about the show, and it's disappeared. Man, I do think. Oh, the music. I think the music was really good in the show. I think
It,
MTV's got its characteristic, throws in the pop, the zingers, the good songs. I think they did a good job. I liked how they introed all the people. I thought that was good. The one thing to say about the show before we move on to ratings is the mix on the show was terrible. The music was so loud compared to the like how loud they were talking. It was a mystery. It felt like I was watching a movie from like 10 years ago through like some terrible mixing.
the key to a good reality show is my hands are off the remote. And if you have my hands on the remote, there's an easy opportunity for me to just change the channel.
The fact you call it a channel really
Yeah.
sets us apart. All right, let's do ratings. So we do a stack ranking system. We do top, middle, bottom, third, and some people stack
Ooh.
rank in their stack ranks. Brian, what do you got?
Why are we starting this off with the bottom of the bottom?
Well,
Why are we starting the season like this, Chris?
Well, to answer your question, we were gonna do Nathan Fillion's new show, but Max
Fielder.
wanted to be on for that.
Fielding.
So thank you.
Fielding.
But Max wanted to be on that show, so we're saving it for Max. Where that would have been probably start out our season with a banger like we did last season.
Oh, yeah.
But instead,
I guess we did like start with the best of the best. So now we're here.
Now we're gonna
Start from the top. Now we're here.
Start from. So what is your ratings? Bottom.
Bottom of the bottom. Yeah.
Bottom.
Wow. Bottom.
Wow. No. What do you got?
Definitely not bottom. Like, there are shows that are worse, and the reason being, one, I think did a good job of introducing the characters. I think if it wasn't for the ads, I think the show would have actually moved a little bit. Like, one thing I really appreciated at NTV, maybe they just don't do it anymore. They were like, between every commercial break, like pre and post, they would say like, what's coming and then what you just saw. And I felt like they were getting hit over the head with that, and they didn't do that. So it is the bottom, but middle of the bottom, because there are some.
What do you mean they did do that?
Oh, for
they
me,
definitely
they
did a showing up next. They didn't do a recap of what happened though.
Interesting. I guess so I was watching it through the MTV TV app on Roku, and they didn't do that.
That was something I meant to write down to gripe about, was that they kept showing what's coming up next, which is not good.
No.
But maybe we needed it because there's 7 minutes of ads between each segment.
Yeah, and my problem isn't, to be clear, it's not that there's ads. It's that they show them like every 5 minutes, and
it was, yeah. I mean, you just can't watch cable anymore. It's awful. Anyway, I'm also gonna go with bottom third. I don't think it's bottom of the bottom. I'm gonna go with middle of the bottom because I wasn't on my phone the whole time.
Yeah.
I could pay attention, and the bottom of the bottom shows are I just check out immediately. And I didn't check out for the show, but it is awful. So you get middle of the bottom. So there you go.
I definitely checked out. I watched a couple Snapchats.
That's fine. You could. I'm just sometimes you check out, sometimes you don't check out.
Yeah.
You just bottom of the bottom shows you definitely just kind of zone out and you're not paying attention anymore.
The last thing before we close down the show, I think we should do a Seattle version of the show. We can call it Bellevue Shore, and tape it in Lake Chelan.
I knew you were going to say let's take it 4.
Why don't we just do it Kirkland Shore? Then we can get like the Costco sponsorship for like almost free.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
get
that's
that.
pretty good.
Yeah, we get sponsored by
But-
Costco.
But what do you think is like the most like the Beverly Hills of Seattle? I would assume that's Bellevue.
Bellevue would probably, or
Ye-
Mercer Island,
Yeah,
Mercer Island Shore.
Mercer Island's definitely more expensive to live, but it doesn't have the stores.
Yeah,
right?
but it's
Like,
got like Bill Gates lives there, and you know
but I think it's like,
Bezos lived there. I don't know if he still does.
does Bill Gates? I thought Bill Gates lives in Bellevue actually, like Medina.
Don't contradict me.
Medina. Yeah,
I
he doesn't
don't.
live
I
in
don't.
Mercer Island.
I don't know.
You
I
never
just
been
know
to his
rich people
house?
live there.
You never hung out with him?
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Bellevue Shore. Tweet at us if you think it should be Bellevue Shore or Kirkland Shore or Mercer Island Shore. What do you think?
ooh yeah.
At
Yeah,
Who Put
good
This
poll.
On? Let's do some shout outs. Brian, do you have any shout outs?
I'm finally catching up to Stranger Things. It's been a little too long, so I'm almost done part 1 of season 4.
Oh.
Ooh,
Now I can finally like talk about it with y'all.
yeah, we can do it. Noah, any shout outs?
Yeah, I mean, Nathan Fielding's new show, The Rehearsal, top notch, crushed it. I'm trying to think of anything else I've been. Oh, God's Favorite Idiot. It's a very easy show to watch on Netflix. It's like good background show. It's like they're trying to do The Good Place, but like a new version of it, and they definitely missed the mark a lot. But it's fine to just have on.
I mean, you can't knock off The Good Place. That's like impossible.
Right. So like they try and they just don't get it. It's Melissa McCarthy. It's like her show, which I like. I like her. I like watching her. The last one I'll plug is a Loot on Apple Plus or Apple TV Plus, whatever it's called. That's pretty good. Maya Rudolph can't go wrong.
No.
Loot.
Loot, yeah.
Loot. Okay, never heard
Like
of it.
I got money, not the medieval guitar instrument.
Okay. Couple things. Westworld's still going. It's amazing. We talked about that already. Still watching that. Better Call Saul. So good. They kind of had like they like ended a section of time most current episode. That was really good. Like really, they're gonna move into more Breaking Bad territory, and I'm really excited for that. I guess like Impractical Jokers has been back, but one of the Joe is not on it. It's not as good. And it might be the end of that show, which is sad.
It's tough when like that chemistry is there and then it's no longer the same. They might have to just adapt and it's fine, but give it a second.
I mean, they're trying. They're having all these guest stars on the show, but they only really involved in the punishment. And I think that it would be I'd really like them to be involved with the challenges too. I think that's where they can really shine. They can be like, do weird, crazy stuff. And like, you don't bring Eric Andre into like, he didn't really do anything.
Oh
They
yeah.
had Eric Andre on it?
Yeah. They had Eric Andre was a special guest. They had, I don't know, a bunch of people on as special guests. And like, they don't really do anything. They don't really get to shine, I don't think, as like if they were doing like going to a coffee shop and like doing crazy shit behind the counter, you know?
Like,
I mean, some of them might be too famous, probably too famous to do any of that. So maybe that's why they don't do it. But I don't know.
No, but the thing is, like, you can have them doing lines into the headset for every single person. So if it's like just a 3-way competition, and Eric Andre's in the mix, like for all of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think just the way they make the show, because they make the show like they don't film sequentially. So I think that's one of the reasons why they don't have the guests. But like the show's all about the guests, and they have these like bits that they write that aren't any good.
Oh.
And it's just like, then I watch old ones with Joe, and it's just like, oh, really showing how much it's not as good. So anyway, that slight bummer to leave on, but welcome to the new season, and we got some bangers for you. There's another Shore show, All Star Shore, There's the Nathan Fillion show, Fielding show. I don't know why I keep calling it that.
You're in a Firefly mood.
There's some ABC show that seems freaking nuts. Claim to Fame. God, do that show.
What is it? Why is it nuts?
Okay. So we get in this. I don't know how the show made it past the pitch meeting, but the pitch is two Jonas Brothers and host the show, and one of the Jonas Brothers isn't from the band. It's just and they get, I don't know, like 10 or 12 people that are related to famous people. And
yeah.
the show is them trying to conceal who they're like related to. And it just sounds like the stupidest thing ever. And it's on primetime ABC. So get ready. We're going to do it.
Amazing.
So silly. All right. Well, those are the shows we're going to get to. There's probably some more. There's like some sex room thing on Netflix. So get ready. Season starting off strong. All right. We'll see you guys next time.